Hello, amigos, and welcome to another episode of Inside the Ropes with Coach Mario. Coach Mario, owner and head coach of Warriors Pride Boxing here in Miami, Florida. How are you guys doing this morning? It's a cloudless, beautiful, perfect day here in Miami, Florida. Thank you, God, for all your blessings. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. Anyway, guys, on my way to the gym now, I got to train one of my privates this morning, but I wanted to take a little bit of time on my way over to the gym. I'm back in the gym, guys. Thank God, and thank for all your prayers and your support and everything else. But I've been going back to the gym. I'm basically taking it easy, just handing out instructions. But little by little, I should get back to where I was at before this whole major surgery that took place exactly about a month ago. But anyway, this morning I want to talk about something I saw on one of the YouTube channels. I believe it was like a Saka Boxing Club, and they were interviewing Isaac Cruz Sr., the dad of Isaac Pitbull Cruz. And like I've said in the past few episodes, which I have a little bit of pushback from, some Pitbull fans. It's not like that I'm hating on Pitbull or anything like that. I'm just narrating what's going on in the sport of boxing and telling you sharing with you what I believe is happening in the 140-pound division, specifically this time around. After Pitbull Cruz won the WBA strap for 140 pounds, which Rolly Romero somehow held by miraculous or email type of reception, or however you want to call it. It was a gift. Let's put it that way, all right? Gifted by email by the WBA, a guy that had never fought at 140 pounds, a guy that got knocked out by Tank Davis, a guy with a mediocre resume, was getting beat by an old man, Ismael Barroso. Somehow, and this is what boggles the mind, guys, this guy was gifted by email a championship belt. And now Isaac Pitbull Cruz did what he was supposed to do. Rolly Romero is the weakest link on that out of all those champions in 140 pound, and this was expected, not only by Pitbull Cruz defeating him, which I called exactly. I said 8 rounds, no more than 8 rounds, and he was knocked out in 8 rounds. So any other guy, any other top level opponent would have destroyed Rolly Romero. That is the reason why I said in my last episode, it's not a great achievement, guys. Pitbull Cruz, yes, he won. He defeated this guy, but when you take things out of context and you immediately go and hop on the bandwagon and start saying that Pitbull Cruz is unbeatable and all this other stuff. Pitbull Cruz has 2 losses, one against Gervonta Tank Davis and another one against a Mexican fighter. So he's got 2 losses. His resume is full of mediocre opposition. And the reason why I'm saying this is because when the people from La Casaca Boxing Club asked Isaac Pitbull Cruz Sr., what does he think about a fight against Subriel Matias'S, El Orgullo Maternillo? He says, well, I'm not impressed with his record. We're not impressed with his record. If it has to happen, it will somehow, they're going around and already starting to give excuses, and this is what I called from the get-go. When I saw Pitbull Cruz in that interview, post-fight, right there in the ring, he never mentioned Subriel Matias. And some of you guys have said, "Oh, he did mention him." He mentioned him. Listen to me very carefully. Once he was asked specifically about Subriel Matias, you know what his dad said? Said, "Yeah, we have a lot of fighters. He can go down to 135. He can fight, Camarón Cepeda, the winner of the fight with Navarrete, Lomachenko, and up at 140, Ryan Garcia." So he mentioned Ryan Garcia. So when when somebody mentions Ryan Garcia, the reason why they're doing that is because Ryan Garcia is a C-level opponent. Is a fight that is easy to win for the likes of Pitbull Cruz. Has actually said, Ryan Garcia has actually said on a couple of tweets or X's, however you want to call it, through X platform that he's willing to fight Pitbull. Well, I don't know how much of a fight that would be when he's got a fight scheduled against Devin Haney pretty soon. I think it's less than a month from now. They're supposed to duke it out, and I don't think that Ryan Garcia is going to last more than 9-10 rounds, guys. If that much, to be honest with you. So when somebody like Isaac Cruz's dad says, "Oh, Ryan Garcia," tells you right there, man, they're not interested in fighting a dangerous fighter like Subriel Matias. When somebody says, "Oh, I'm not impressed with his record," right there, it tells you they're going to avoid him. They're going to try to get other fights. And let me tell you something. A lot of people have been saying, "Oh, that a fight between Pitbull Cruz and Subriel Matias would not sell." You're crazy. That's a fight that would sell the most in that weight division. Mexico versus Puerto Rico. And you guys know Mexicans fans, they come in droves. And so the Puerto Rican fans. Imagine this fight. And these are knowledgeable boxing fans, guys. The fans from Mexico. The fans from Puerto Rico. They know their fighters. They're passionate about the sport. Subriel Matias trains in Mexico. He has a shitload of Mexican fans. So, for those of you who say that Subriel Matias does not sell, that Subriel Matias would not sell, if he fights Pitbull, you guys are out of your mind. That fight would sell like there's no tomorrow, especially with knowledgeable boxing fans. Those of you that are just beginning to learn about the sport and do not recognize the name of Subriel Matias, well, of course you're going to say that because the more recognizable names. However, Devin Haney, as you all know, has not sold well. He's got that style of boxing, which is a defensive style of boxing. He's a great athlete, great boxer. I think he's super talented. But, he's a type of fighter like Floyd Mayweather that, didn't excite people. But when you see two guys like, Subriel Matias and Isaac Pitbull Cruz fighting each other, that fight right there would create so much excitement in the boxing world. Now, we don't know what's going to happen. Pitbull is going to stay at 140. He's going to go down to 135. He's going to fight somebody for both belts. They're talking about, a matchup with Tank Davis, a possibility. Isaac Pitbull's dad said that he doesn't think Tank Davis is going to accept that fight. However, one of the things that he mentioned, or maybe I didn't hear him mention, is he should fight the mandatory. He should fight Pitbull Cruz. On his first defense, has to fight the mandatory, top guy. And the top guy at the WBA is old man Ismael Barroso. He's got to fight this guy. I mean, they keep on pushing, and this is what's unfair about the sport of boxing. They keep on pushing Barroso to the side. I'm pretty sure they haven't given him any type of step away money. to Ismael Barroso, and that is totally unfair. I think the next fight for Pitbull Cruz, 4 months down the line, he should defend his title. It should be a mandatory fight. Just like they made Subriel Matias have his mandatory fight against the top opponent, top-ranked opponent, Ergashev, after he won the title from Jeremias Ponce. I mean, on that elimination fight with Jeremias Ponce. Subriel Matias had other plans. Subriel Matias wanted to fight Sergey Lipinets, and that was denied by the IBF. They said, no, you got to fight the mandatory. Our top guy is Ergashev. So why doesn't the WBA, why doesn't the WBC and some of these organizations make their fighters, their champions, allow them to hold on to the belts and not fight the mandatories, just like in Canelo's case, And that boggles the mind also. A guy that's been holding the belts, fighting the little guys and choosing and picking who he's going to fight against, but is not stripped, it's not forced, and the WBC had already mentioned that they were going to strip him on March. Well, March came and went, nothing happened. So I don't have any faith in organizations, to be honest with you guys. I don't know what the WBA is going to do, but in my opinion, the opinion of a lot of people that know the sport, the next fight for Pitbull Cruz should be Barroso, and then he can talk about fighting other guys. All right. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Is it true that that Subriel Matias' record is not an impressive one? As Pitbull Cruz's dad just said. Can you believe that? Look at your own son's record, for crying out loud. Who has he fought? The only good person he's fought was Tank Davis, and that's it. Who else? But anyway, guys, this are my 2 cents for today, Saturday. Please like, share, subscribe. We have a great fight tomorrow, an elimination fight. So that's another one that might come down the way of Subriel Matias is the winner of the Richardson Hitchens versus Gustavo Lemos fight. It's an elimination fight. I saw the face-off yesterday. I actually saw Lemos as a very quiet individual, just like very reserved, just like Chino Maidana was back when he fought some of these top opponents like Broner talking shit, and Maidana really quiet. I mean, you got to watch out with these Argentinians, guys. They're humble, but they can knock your head off. So I wouldn't call this a walk in the park for Richardson Hitchens. I would not believe that Lemos is going to be a walk in the park. Lemos has, if he stays on Hitchens, he can make it a long night. Stays on him all night throwing punches. Hitchens has shown that he has no power. So let's see what happens tomorrow evening. If that fight, whoever wins that fight is going to have the opportunity of facing Subriel Matias for the championship fight. If Subriel Matias holds to his title after the June 15th fight in Manatí, Puerto Rico, which would be a good one against Lee Amparo. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for supporting this channel. Thank you very much for sharing, liking, and subscribe. Remember to hit the like, the bell icon, and share with your friends. All right. Make sure you comment. Any comments you have, any questions, feel free to do so. All right. Well, this is Coach Mario. Until next time, saying hasta la vista. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the fights tomorrow night. God bless you all, and peace.